Saa hii hakuna mtu anaona moto kama mtu analeta ukabila. Mtu ameenda huko kusema, mnajua Wakikuyu nyinyi ndio mliandamana. Akaambiwa ngoja baba, aya Maluo niliandamana na mimi ni Mkikuyu. As in, nyi watu mmeamua kama Wakikuyu ndio wabaya, sisi wote ni Wakikuyu. Hadi mimi ni Mkisii, niliandamana na mimi ni Mkikuyu. I love it that we have become tribeless. Unajua for the longest time wanasiasa wao tupiganisha na ukabila. Sasa ukiondolea ukabila wanashangai. Toko baholida ni like, what are we going to use to beat them githogo kiolide. Point yangu ni napenda vile Kenya tumeweka ukabila chini, tumekuwa one tribe Kenya. Tukiendelea hivyo tutaenda mbali sana. Keep it up. Nawapenda. Funda.
When something happens like happened last Wednesday, we now begin saying things that are very interesting. Honestly speaking, it's so difficult to even try to repeat some of the things I'm hearing. How can you say, now we are talking about one community, or saying, you know, the people who were on the streets came from Muranga and Nyeri, and then they went all the way to Kericho and Kisii and Kakamega and Mombasa. So there was no one in Muranga and Nyeri that day. Everyone left Muranga and Nyeri, went to Busia and Kisumu. Honestly, Narok, we are, you know, that is worse than a joke, honestly. When you are talking about the grave nature of the challenges that we are dealing with, how can we trivialize such a serious national crisis and then subject it to, you know, hilarious jokes like those? Let's be, and in saying so, we are saying this is a patriotic moment. It's a moment for all of us to cross ranks. Wacha tuweke kando hata hiyo mambo ingine yote, siasa nini. We're talking about uchaguzi is 25 or 26 months away. Our country must survive first, and we must be a stable nation before we get there. So let us not even stop talking about those businesses, about elections and stuff like that. Focus on the stability of the country.
Gen Zs, millennials, I am a Gen X. For any meaningful, transformative change in our country, we must stop recycling leaders. There's a lot of talk about Matiang'i, Gachagua, Kalonzo, and so on and so forth. For meaningful change to come to our country, the usual culprits must be out of the way. Trust me, if you give these leaders your vote, they will still be tribal. They will never think about young people. They will think about their sponsors and people who paid for them to be in those positions. Remember, politics is about tokenism. I support you to become a president. I finance you. You give me contracts. For Kenya to have a serious change, and a change that will affect the young people and the general public of this country, we must get new leaders. We are not guaranteed, yes, that the new leaders we are going to elect will meet our aspirations, but it is the step in the right direction. I don't see how people who have been in the system before will be able to offer alternative leadership. Remember, Matiang'i was, when he was in the former government, the way he used to speak, the arrogance, and the disobedience of court orders that Matiang'i disobeyed while he was the interior minister. Same thing Kipchumba Murkomen is doing today, Matiang'i used to do. Gachagua, when they took over power, they were speaking so big. Wachana hii, oh yes, sahi. I don't see how they are going to bring any change. Kalonzo, when he was with Kibaki, he was a deputy president, a vice president for 5 years, for heaven's sake. What tangible change did he bring? If you did not do anything in the previous government you were in, why would we believe you that you bring any change? Ruto did not bring any change when he was with Uhuru. Why did we believe him that he was going to change this country? Therefore, my My opinion is we need fresh leadership, right from the presidential to the MCA. I have nothing against those leaders who have performed in the past. Their MPs, their senators, or their governors, or whichever the positions they are serving. If someone has performed well, let them continue serving. But those who have betrayed us in the past, even if they are not in the leadership right now, they will betray us if we elect them in the new positions. Take care. Mark my words. This coming election, I know I might be the only one who will be voting for new leadership, but I can tell you, we'll still recycle the bad leadership. Am I making sense? I think I.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, who turned up yesterday for mother of all protests. William Ruto is using old tactics to handle this generation. This generation is rebellious. This generation is wise. This generation is learned. Kwa hivyo mambo ya William Ruto anatuma timu yake label this is a Kikuyu uprising. This is not about Kikuyus, my friend. Some of us are not Kikuyus. Most of us, in fact, people who participated in this rebellion, most of them are not Kikuyus. William Ruto using government bloggers that are making a tribal entity. To tackle this rebellious generation, hii tactic ya William Ruto cannot work at all. This team is not tribal. This team does not have a leader. All the tactics from last year after the uprising that William Ruto set aside to handle this generation, yote imeonekana kuwa mission impossible. One, aliokota some or 2-3 faces, akafikiria hawa ndio leaders, akina Makoure, akina Morara. He thought these are the leaders. He tried to bribe them, put them into the fold. The same generation disowned those people. William Ruto sent the daughter. He moved across universities in the country. Sai ukienda in most of the public universities and even some private universities, student leaders are people from the Kalenjin community. It has still not worked. Mount Kenya University ilikuwa imetoa memo ati watu wasiende maandamano. Students walitoka wenyewe. They disowned their student leader. Kwa hivyo tactic ya kuilabel sijui ni no. It has not worked. William Ruto has to do the right thing. Doing the right thing will make this generation be happy. Naangalia William Ruto saa ingine namfananisha. I've tried to label him with any president. Mwenye unaweza sema hata ni mzuri. Maybe I label him with Frederick Chiluba. There's someone in Zambia was called Frederick Chiluba. He was the second Republican president in 1991 to 10 years, 91 to 2001, yeah. Alitaka kubadilisha katiba endelee, haikuwork, it did not work. When Chiluba came into power, he came as a very prayerful person kama huyu William Ruto, muombaji. In fact, during his first term, watu wa Zambia waliangamia, players wakaangamia. Prayer yenye Chiluba aliomba mbele ya umati, watu walilia, people were crying. Kama kuna mtu aliiba Zambia ni huyo Chiluba. Public coffers corruption was top gear wakati ya Chiluba. Ndio hii ya William Ruto. Alikuja naonekana ndio mwokovu kabisa, yeye ndio anatambariza hii nchi. Amongst malilio ya watu wa Genz ilikuwa spending thrift ya government officials. Sasa wameweka deputy president huyu anatembea na pesa, anatoa wapi? Mtu mwenye hakuweza kutoa hata 50,000 before kuwa deputy president. William Ruto anasema sisi tunalalamika na hatumpatii solution. Wacha nikupe solution leo moja. 1% of your budget is for 4.3 trillion. 1% is like 4 billion. That is, in fact, it is 0.098%. Sema 1%, 4 billion. Set aside 4 billion. Easy NYS centers, weka kila county kukuwe na NYS center. 4 billion is enough to do that job. Ukiweka NYS center 4 billion, na hao watu wenye wanafanya hapo kazi ikuwe mandatory ya kila youth to serve the nation in NYS 2 years. When you are serving the country in 2 years, hiyo miaka 2 unazungukwa kwa public government facilities. Unaenda hospitali kuna manasa za watoshi, government offices watu watoshi. These people can work there for 2 years serving the nation. Fikiria bwana.
Kenya brothers, this is an advice from a guy who is a kid of a Syrian revolution. Record everything Document everything, every protest, every face you can get. Document their faces. Document police who shoots at you. Document other protesters who try to do bad things, and then the media will brush everybody as terrorists or bad people. Get your phone out and record. That's your best weapon, your phone. Not a gun, not anything. Record, because that's how you hold people accountable. One day or another, the government will fall, and this will be evidence for later on. Trust me. It's happening all over the world with Syrians. So you can do the same thing. And free Gen Z in Kenya.
How low was the bar for us to vote an ICC suspect? Yes. In consecutive terms, ICC suspect number 1, Uhuru. ICC suspect number 2, Ruto. Yes. I am not surprised that this government is hunting and haunting the dissenters of this regime because they are using the Moi manual. Ruto ni mtoto wa Moi. Amefunzwa na Moi siasa za kuabduct watu, siasa za kuua watu, siasa za kuintimidate watu, na siasa za kutumia vijana vibaya. Na sisi tumekataa.
A man joins politics in 1992. There's bloodshed. He joins the parliament in 1997. Bloodshed. He's a major party in 2007, 2008. Bloodshed. His party's re-election is contested in 2018. Bloodshed. He becomes president in 2024. Blood spills on our streets every damn day. And the perfect example, there is no even perfect example, because what happened today was just crazy work, to be honest. And then the speech following after that, I don't know, man.
The bar was so low that Kenyan voters elected ICC suspects twice. And for some reason, we thought that whatever they were accused of, they wouldn't do it to their own countries. Tafakari ya baba.
Ruto, makosa utafanya 2027, acha tu nikuambie mapema. Ni ati tumepiga kura kuchange governance, tunataka good governance, alafu tunaona tuna lead kwa screen watu wamekupigia kura, utatuambia nani alikupigia hizo kura na hizo namba zenye una lead nayo mbele ulitoa wapi?
Abducting us and killing us won't stop us. Seizing the future of this nation. R.I.P. to our fallen soldiers. Yes, they knew that freedom had a price. This is our country, we're not giving up.
I don't know about you guys, but as for me, any content that is not related to what is happening in my country right now, I'm scrolling past it. In solidarity for those young soldiers who have been on the battle for justice, I just, my guilt, my Kenyan guilt cannot allow me to just be comfortable in watching other content. I feel like, right now we have to be on the know of what is happening in our country from time to time. I don't know about you, but as for me, that's how I feel. Thank you.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
This is Selector Dede.
Wanadhani ya bongo lala, ikikupita we bongo lala. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasonga. Hatujikuku mewaka sana, na mabisto wanachafua raga. Na walosema jana iwezi fika leo, tuko ground tunasonga. Hakuna boka, peleke shuleni watasoma. Madaktari wamegoma, hapa sani Yesu atatuponya. Wambie punde imechoka sana, farasi bado ijapatikana. Ni mandai wanagonya na mali wanaponda, unakonda wananona. Maandamano, 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 amise maandamano, maandamano, maandamano.